the beginning of Parshat Shoftim, we see one of Torah's most demanding lines. Tzedek tzedek tirdof, leman tichye v'yarashta et haaretz asher Hashem Elokecha noten lach. Justice, justice you shall pursue, so that you may live and inherit the land that the Lord your God is giving you. It's such a familiar line that we may not notice how strong it really is. The Torah doesn't say, justice, justice, you shall admire, or it doesn't say, justice, justice, you shall speak about. It says, you shall pursue it. Justice is something active. We chase it, we work for it, we seek it even when it is inconvenient, even when it challenges our own assumptions, and even when it costs us something. Parshat Shoftim is not only about private faith, it's about building a functioning society. It gives us judges and officers, courts and testimony, rules for leaders, priests, Levites, prophets, war, and communal responsibility. It asks a question that every society must answer. What keeps power from becoming corrupt? And it raises a hard question. This parsha includes a list of severe transgressions, some with the death penalty. Is that what Torah justice means? Perhaps the answer begins with what comes first. Before the punishments, the Torah speaks about the integrity of the system itself. Appoint judges, do not distort judgment, do not show favoritism, do not accept bribes. Justice begins not with punishment, but with honesty, due process, and the willingness to resist pressure from wealth, fear, status, or public opinion. The doubled phrase, tzedek tzedek, justice justice, has been understood in different ways by our rabbis. One teaching says that we must seek a trustworthy court. Another understands it as a call to pursue both strict and compromise where appropriate. In capital cases, rabbinic tradition required exceptional caution, including delaying a guilty verdict overnight rather than rushing to punishment. That's important. A society that enjoys punishment is not necessarily a just society. A society that rushes to judgment because it loves outrage, revenge, or certainty is not pursuing justice. This feels especially relevant today. Now, we live in an age of instant verdicts. A video clip appears, a headline spreads, a name is trending. Within minutes, people decide who is guilty, who is innocent, and who deserves to be publicly shamed or destroyed. The full context may emerge later, the facts may become more complicated, but the judgment has already been delivered. Parshat Shoftim tells us, slow down. What are the facts? What's missing? Who benefits from the way this story is being framed? Are we pursuing justice or simply pursuing the feeling of being right? Rabbi Mark Angel, a contemporary Sephardic rabbi, author, and founder of the Institute for Jewish Ideas and Ideals, reminds us that sound judgment is easily clouded by stress, fatigue, bias, and informational cascades. When we start believing something because everyone around us is repeating it. That's a very modern description of an ancient danger. The crowd can be loud, the repeated claim can feel convincing, but justice requires us to think, verify, listen, and remain humble. Then the parsha moves from judges to kings, and it says, "Som tasim alecha melech asher yivchar Hashem Elokecha bo mikerev achecha tasim alecha melech lo tuchal latet alecha ish nachri asher lo achicha hu." You shall surely set a king over yourself, one whom the Lord your God chooses from among your brothers. You shall set a king over yourself. You may not place over yourself a foreigner, one who is not your brother. The Ben Ish Chai, Rabbi Yosef Chaim of Baghdad, the 19th century Iraqi halachic authority, preacher, and Kabbalist, focuses on the words mikerev achecha, from among your brothers. A Jewish leader must come from within the people. The king must be someone connected to the people's story and bound to their fate. And the word achicha, your brother, reminds the king that the people are not beneath him. They're not his possessions. They're his family. Judaism recognizes the importance of civil authority. The principle of dina de malchuta dina, the law of the land is law, teaches respect for government in its proper sphere, even if it's not a Jewish government. And the Talmud teaches that a blessing is recited upon seeing a king, Jewish or non-Jewish. But the Torah also teaches that respect is not worship. The Jewish king is not above the law. In fact, the Torah seems deeply alert to the dangers of concentrated power. The king may not accumulate too many horses, military power. He may not multiply wives, personal indulgence, and political excess. And he may not amass excessive silver and gold, wealth and economic control. The Torah understands that power has temptations. Strength can become aggression. Wealth can become corruption. Privilege can become entitlement. A leader can stop seeing the people as brothers and sisters and begin seeing them as subjects. So the Torah gives the king an extraordinary command. וכתב לו את משנה התורה הזאת על ספר מלפני הכהנים הלוויים. He shall write for himself a copy of this Torah on a scroll. The king must write his own Torah. He must keep it with him. He must read it throughout his life so that his heart not become haughty over his brothers. The most powerful person in the country must live with a daily reminder that there is a law above him, a truth beyond him, and a God to whom he too must answer. That's the Torah's political vision. Not no authority, but accountable authority. Not chaos, but power with limits. Not leaders who claim perfection, but leaders who know they are human. And that's why justice, justice you shall pursue comes before the discussion of the king. It's not just a rule for judges in a courtroom. It's a demand placed on every person with influence. Officials, rabbis, teachers, journalists, parents, donors, and every one of us. Do we use our influence to serve others or to serve ourselves? Do we seek facts even when they complicate the story we prefer? Do we honor leaders while refusing to turn them into idols? And can we remember that even the king is called Achicha, your brother? He's powerful, but he remains a fellow human being, accountable to God and accountable to the people. The Torah's promise is powerful. Leman tichya v'yarashta et haaretz, so that you may live and inherit the land. A people does not secure its future through strength alone, wealth alone, or even military success alone. It secures its future by building honest courts, responsible leaders, and a culture that chooses truth over convenience. I'm wishing us all the courage to pursue justice, not the easy version, not the fashionable version, not the quick TikTok version, and not only the version that benefits us, but justice that is careful, truthful, compassionate, and worthy of its name. Shabbat Shalom.